What's up, guys? Nolan here again. Today we got another Wargame Red Dragon replay for you because, as always, whenever I try to record Wargame and I actually have a good game that I want to post, of course the audio fucks up. And when I say the audio fucks up, it's usually my voice because it's pretty easy to mess up. Like, there's some things that I record where I don't want my voice to be in it. I might just want gameplay, so I'll mute my voice and then forget to turn it back on. That kind of stuff. So in this game, I have it at × 2, just because it's an hour-long game, just trying to speed it up a little bit. And the kind of early push that I went for was that the two 24Vs, the K52, a couple of BMP 1Ds with regular Motorsulky, not Motorsulky 90, and an MI-24D with a GRU squad in it. I looked over at my teammate here, and I saw he only had one CV, so I'm assuming that he was going to send it to Bravo. So I sent my UAZ to Delta. But he didn't really coordinate that well. I was pushing over on the right side here, as we're going to see in a minute, and I just kind of sent my UAZ into Delta. Did not realize that he had sent his helicopter CV, which is kind of really made to go farther. Whenever you have a helicopter CV, you need to really try and stretch it. You need to get it out to the farther command zones, or whatever you want to call it, command points. And my UAZ got there the same time his infantry got there, so I didn't really see why he kept it there. I also was giving him some heat for picking a Moderna over just infantry. He needed more infantry than that. All he had was one tank and a couple of AA units. So I told him, lose the Moderna, actually get some real infantry. And he listened to me. And did just that. ×3 here to get the game going. And I'll bring it back down to ×2. I'll also keep it... Actually, you know what? I'll keep it... Shit, I don't know what to do. I'll keep it like this. Yeah, alright. So my UAZ was there pretty much the same exact time his command was there, so I don't understand why he did that. Trying to drop my MI-24D as quick as possible. Notice that he did not bring up any helos for the early rush. Got my GRU in there, and then I kept the MI-24D landed because I knew the Avenger was waiting there. And the Avengers can also shoot on the move, so I didn't want to pick that up at all. Kept the K-52 there for some recon. GRU wasn't able to get there when they were on the road, but they did do some good work against those Humvees that were coming in at me. Teammate marked Delta, but did not send anything to the center. I kind of knew that, but I just wanted to make sure I held Foxtrot. I figured that we would take this back quite easily if we needed to, which ended up actually happening. GRU holding their own until the Motorsulky got up there with the BMP 1Ds to clean up with the grenade launchers. On the other team, there was an airborne player, and then there was a NORAD airborne and then an American. So I was assuming that I had the airborne over here, so I was getting ready for that. Thing with airborne is that they have a lot of bombers, so I made sure that I got my GRU out of there as quick as possible. Didn't do too much damage, but we're going to be seeing a hell of a lot more than that, of that later this game. He took Bravo, but he did not see the need to move the CV over. I should have been paying a little bit more attention, but I wasn't. And then by the time that I realized that his CV was here, I moved mine over to come get Foxtrot, and it was kind of too late. A little bit of micro game. I know that they got into this woods, so I wanted to put some VDV down, make sure they didn't push through. I put an MI2 up for recon, make sure the K-52 was on the flank for recon, make sure they didn't get around us. My buddy over here didn't seem like he wanted to do that, so there is no recon over there. I was probing with these scratches to see what I could find. He's got some M8s, and seemed like he had some kind of recon vehicle there. But I do have the forward position on Foxtrot, so that's good. When they wanted to move up, my BMPs were there and my GRU. Weren't going to get that town that easily. I think these are Gornos that I'm dropping over here. I'm not sure I forget where I put those guys. Put some more VDV over here because I noticed my teammate wasn't really holding the center at all. Very lucky they didn't make a good push here. Although I think we would have been able to counter it pretty easily if they did. This is me bringing my CV back around and then over to the right side. More napalm town there. And my 24V trying to grab the CHs. This didn't shoot immediately. I remember that. He nighthawked my Motorsulky that were there. It didn't shoot immediately when it could, which is a little bit annoying. And my 24Ds, I'm going to move up, see if I can get some shots on some stuff. And we are actually down right now. They're +1. I don't think my teammate played or has played too much. Mi-24Ds did do pretty good work there. There's the Avenger there. They're out of ammo. I need to move them back. Move them back. Move them back. Oh, that was a chaparral, actually. Move up some iglas. Very low points in this game. Not very, but pretty low. Something I would have done differently, kind of as hindsight, is I would have probably grabbed 1 or 2 tanks, brought them up here. Bring the UAZ back in, see if we can get that +1, get it in the town. We're down by 47 right now. Brought in my first bomber. I know they're in this tree line, so I brought it to the left and then told it to bomb, so I knew that the line would go up to the right from left to right, instead of just, if I had just told it to bomb, it would have held the line go like that instead of like this. You have to micro your planes if you want it to drop the way you want it to drop. Going to Stolke there because I knew they would be coming out of the woods at some point. And then my GRU found some Marines up there, so I wanted to bring the Iglas back. I have the Mi-24 and the Mi-8 there for rockets if the Marines moved up. Teammates just now bringing Recon onto the left flank just to catch them. VDV moving in, but they got caught by a big push there. I think I'm bringing in another bomber here soon. There it is. Bringing it to the left again. And in case they try to move across the open field, I move over an Mi-28 and Mi-8. There's the Mi-24 drop. That was a pretty good one there. Right now I'm just defending, trying to feel them out, see what I can do. Where can I push? How can I make my moves? I'm pushing the VDV up in the center, which is like I was saying. I have to figure out where I can make my moves. I wanted to see what he had over here. So bring up the VDV. He had some tanks here, which weren't really too helpful. So I think I bring up another bomber here in a sec to hit that. Oh, sorry about that. Well, I always leave my phone on. My phone's not on that much, but for some reason, every time I record, it's always on, of course. And Mi-24 bringing it to the right, to the left, from the right to the left. Let's see if I can bomb these guys in the woods over here. Had a bunch of Avengers over here, but I remember seeing that. So I kept that in my head, remembering the Avengers were there. Mi-8's there. Picked them up when they got across the field. Avenger picked one of them off. Avenger's probably going to pick the other one off. There it is. Drop off my GRU, bring the BTRs into the woods. BTR 80As are very good. They have a very good gun. The cannon's quite good. Just make sure I had infantry in that town. Those 4 BTRs cleaned up those Marines quite well. He did not attack move those. It was pretty clear he did not attack move those Marines. I was just kind of holding it, waiting for him to push up. I wanted to see what he was dealing, or what I was dealing with here. He ended up dropping some more AA units on the. Well, this is probably the American player because I saw that was a Hawk or a Patriot or something over here. And then I ended up grabbing these Avengers, but I lost the Mi-24, or not the Mi-24, the what was that? 24 MiG-24? I forget. Honestly, forget the name of that plane. There's the Avengers there. I was probing. Lots of Avengers. Move up my BTRs. Grab the Avenger there. BTRs are going to grab over here. Buddy was waiting for me. An Mi-8 there. Or not Mi-8. Why do I keep saying Mi-8? M8 AGS. Which the 80A actually killed. Bringing up my Smirch for the first time. Here's some more bombers. Nighthawk and the Eagle. It might seem like this is kind of a weird move where my teammate over here is holding all this land and I'm holding this amount of land, but it only seems weird because you normally wouldn't do this, but because we're being pretty much mirrored exactly. Like, I'm pushing enough and I'm doing enough damage. SU-24M, right? I'm pushing up and I'm doing enough damage to this guy that he has to focus on this right flank or they're gonna lose it. So there's one guy focusing on me and there's one guy focusing on the 2 spots over here, just the same way that we're doing it. So we're just mirroring. Both teams are mirroring each other. Mirror. Damn, I can't talk. There's my IL. Most likely with the BMP-1Ds. Where's the D-Eagle going? If I had the points, I would have bought some bucks or something, but I focused more on infantry. The planes weren't being... The planes were doing damage, but I didn't see them as effective as they needed to be. I did grab a PU there, actually, now that it... Obviously. I was going to say now that I think about it, but I'm actually looking at the PU, so obviously I grabbed the PU. BMP-1D is absolutely just fucking shrekking through the woods. Those light riflemen stood no chance. He brought in an A-10. I'm not sure what for. I don't have enough vehicles for him to have that, but I'm thinking he thought maybe my teammate did, but he really doesn't. Lost the BMP-1D there because he moved back. He retreated into these tree lines over here as well as probably got some scouts over here. Now, thing here is I noticed the M35 was there with these infantry units and these vehicles here. So I figured that one M35, what comes in one single M35? A command unit. So I decided to bomb it, and that's where I grabbed it. Not sure if those Humvees were full. Bad move with the Mi-24 there, or not Mi-24. SU-24M. I do remember, I don't know if I was able to capture it with this replay, but I do remember I had a seed plane, I grabbed it, and I just fucked up with it real bad. I tried swinging it like kind of to the left-ish and then bringing it around, but it was way too close. There was a Patriot here, and I think there was another Patriot here. I think I ended up grabbing one of them, but it really just didn't do enough work. Ended up grabbing the Nighthawk there, but I think I'll lose the PU. Yeah, I do. Trying to move left a little bit. They're actually +1 right now because they got a CV into Delta. That's exactly what I go for here. Being on the other side is very easy to win in this game. Or Conquest in general. See, there's the seed plane. He actually grabbed both Patriots, but I ended up losing it. So that was definitely worth it. I did not notice that in real time when I was playing this game. It actually grabbed both Patriots. Or maybe that was a Hawk. That may have been a Hawk. That was definitely a Patriot there because I remember seeing it in real time. Bringing up more infantry because he's making the push over here. It was a little bit weird seeing what my teammate was doing because he's making pushes over here, but they had this area over here, so I'm not sure why he wouldn't push back to take this land, and now he's pushing over on the left side. So I noticed that he was pushing over on the left side, and I just wanted to make sure that I could counter that. Well, not counter it, but move with him. When he made his push, if they were going to focus on it, I'd have another push waiting for them on the other flank as well. Big movement in the center here. They were trying their hardest to counter arty our stuff, but we kept moving it. I remember noticing that CP real time. I don't know if I marked it or not, but when they ended up capturing it, I figured it would be in this area somewhere. I'm waiting for him to make his move, but don't know if it was too late or not. Got the smirch going, see if I can find that CV, because I noticed they were using a lot of trucks. I ended up getting lucky on that CV on Foxtrot. We are still down. They're +1 right now. I noticed they took Delta back, and they actually took Fox back for a second. Noticing that they had a CV on this side over here, or he was moving towards this side, so I figured I'd try and smirch this, see if I can grab him, and there it was there in that corner. Still waiting to make my push because I want them to be focusing on him when I make my push, but only a couple BMPs with some monostrokey in them. He's making his push over there, so I'm going now too. We're down 216 to 26 right now. There goes the napalm and their last Nighthawk. What's that going to be? A 24? Oh, not 24. Keep saying all the Russian helicopters for like everything. Everything is now a Russian helicopter. Everything. But I meant to say D-Eagle over there. Up some probably Canadian Airborne over there. And here comes my real push. Started looking around trying to find me some CVs. Do I even get any sparks? Oh, I ended up getting it. I didn't remember doing that. I wanted to over here trying to find me another CV because I think I saw a truck there earlier. So I figured there might be infantry in there, but there was not. So we're +2 right now. I saw that CP. I remember seeing that real time. So I was getting a smirch ready, I think, or I wanted to get a smirch ready or something, because I knew it would be right here. They got their CV back in the Alpha there. And I'm making my push on the right. They're +2 again. I saw they had some good tanks. They had a very good push there. They were very defensive with the ATGMs and the recon, being able to see me in the tree line before I even got into the open. So I ended up pushing back, which was a very good move because here come the bombers. Didn't end up getting me. So I brought the Smirch over. I forget if did I unload? No, I only shot 6 and then I moved it. And now I'm going to go back in. Also in the back of my head, what I was thinking here is, I really haven't seen too many helicopters over on the right. I think I'm going to push up a little bit. I had the bomber go in to where I thought the CV was going to be. The helicopter's there. I should have moved the Ka-52 up, but I didn't. Didn't get good enough bombs on the CV. Good push. This is a good battle here. Got the Mi-24 there, light them up while they're in the open. Not sure why you moved them in the open. Not really a good move. Really wasn't. And all the napalm, all the bombers. Grabbed a Raven. Another napalm. And now I was thinking, you know what he's going to do? He's going to grab infantry. That's what he's going to do. He's going to grab infantry and tanks. He's going to want this back. So I brought in Mi-28s, but I decided to move one over to the left to help out with the push that I was doing, and then I decided to move the other one to the right. I was going to do a little bit of a flank and spank that they weren't exactly ready for. More bombers for the GRU, but did they get through? I don't know if they got through or not. No, they didn't. They did. A10 there. Did I have anything to counter that? Brought in the S, but it was too late. IL I'm bringing in for the command squad, I believe, and I'm dropping some more GRU and Gorostalkies over here. He just had one Avenger there. So I'm stacking up. I'm getting ready for my push. But I realized that, you know what, this kind of isn't really enough. And I realized, you know what, I did just bring in some more infantry, so I'm going to bring my Mi-24Ds over as well. And then I saw the D-Eagle and decided to push over to the right. My buddy is just trying his best to hold on to the left side over here. I was able to get out of the way of that D-Eagle and then get into the town. Set Spetsnaz to the kind of the road to kind of cut them off while the Gornstrelki went in and cleaned up. They ended up getting an inmate behind me here. Grabbing that. More napalm. And my helicopter push was ready. Now at this point, they're +1. It is 317 or 318 to 85. So let's see what the helicopter push does. I'm moving the Mi-24Ds first as kind of another recon force. I knew they were going to have something there. They only had one Avenger. So I was able to grab it on the reload, killed the CV. But then I knew he's got to be bringing in AA. He has to be. So I wanted to try and start pushing to the center here, but it was a little bit too slow. They ended up grabbing the K-52. And now the Mi-24D and the Mi-28 actually got away. And I realized, oh, I wonder what happened to the CV and Alpha. There it is. Grab that. And then just keep moving. I got to get out of the way of that AA. I knew they had some over here. I got to get out of the way of it. And they had a CV in Bravo. I wonder what happened to that one. We are now +4. Now, didn't end up finding the CV over here. They were also very low on ammo. So I just tried to clean out as much as possible to see if he can make a good push. That might have got it, but I think he ended up putting it back in a second here. I'm not sure. I forget if I actually killed that over there or not in Bravo. No, I guess I did get it. At this point, I was telling him to push. I noticed he had some stuff over here, and he wasn't doing anything with them. And this is when you need to move. This is when you need to move. They were able to get a CV back to Charlie. I'm not sure where the fuck it came from, but they were able to do that. Maybe if they were smart enough, they grabbed one as they saw the helicopters coming in, because I usually do that myself if I have the points. There we go, that was me telling him to push. But he decides to keep the infantry in the vehicles and then keep moving the vehicles forward when there were tanks in here, so he loses a couple of them. I killed something there, I think it was a Phantom. And here comes the BMP-T push. Stacking up on the Gornstrelki. Something was shooting at me over here, but it was missing a lot. Very big push in the center here. My buddy, I think, is trying to take advantage of the gap that I gave him over here. They ended up getting another CV in, but I was ready. I got Gornos. I got tons of BMPTs. Well, not tons. I got 4. Should be good. The little thing I lacked, though, was AA. I needed to bring up some more Iglas. Hopefully, or thankfully, they didn't actually take advantage of that. I needed to bring up Iglas with me. That's what I had them there for. I wanted to bring them with me, but I didn't bring them up when I actually had them. Canadian Airborne. Do they have the, they have the M3, yeah. That was a killer there. Construction's backing them up. D-Eagle. D-Eagle would have been pretty useful over here. He would have got through. He ended up using it on the center. BMPTs to clean up. Marines are good, but they can't handle 3 BMPTs shooting at them at once. And I noticed that, you know, I really have this. I need to stack up, get more infantry over here. Actually hold Foxtrot. We're actually in the lead now. We're +1. We are 411 to 327 with 15 minutes left. Well, 14 minutes left. It's going to be difficult for them to take Foxtrot with the moves that I made. They own Alpha. They could get into Delta, and they just neutralized Bravo. when you make big pushes like that, you really need to capitalize. You need to move up, take advantage of the land that you've taken over, or that you've emptied. It's like Formosa, I think, or something. He moved up. I forget. He's moving his way towards. What's that? I've never even seen those before. I'm not even sure what unit that is. Got the command squad there. Give me my Foxtrot. Give me my Foxtrot back. I didn't want to move the Mi-28 up too much because I knew they had AA. I just wanted to be able to shoot. Which I did a lot of. Nighthawk for his push there. Sheridan. End up losing that BMPT. And oh shit, an Apache. Tried moving the BMPs T's back, tried to get the Screshets into the tree line, and here's your warning. Didn't actually hit anything though. Apaches did some good work there. Unfortunately, I did not have AA. I lost this 27S, I think. I think I lose it. Did I not lose it? I guess not. He made a very good push here, but it ends up kind of flattening out here. Brought up more igloos so I can get them closer with the Mi-8s. There goes the DAP. Let's bring the igloo up, and there goes the Apache. As well as the chaparral from the Gornos that I got in the town. Alright, so I lost 3 Screshets, 3 squads of Motor Strelky, and an Mi-8. Did I lose the Mi-28? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, and 2 BMPTs from the Apache. Bringing up more recon. I want to make sure they don't get through. Something else I realized is that I didn't have anything on this flank. I got lucky over here. Had something over here, but nothing over here. They were too focused at this over here, I guess. Yeah, another Humvee push over here. Didn't have much to hold it. More Motor Strelky coming up. I think I'd buy a couple of BUs here soon. There they are. I brought the Mi-8 over to see if I can get some rockets down on the rifleman. But it ends up going for the Mi-8. I had to move over to the left more. Come on, hit the rifleman. There you go. Goodbye, several squads. 122 millimeter rockets. VDV held up very well, but I got Motor Strelky here to help them. The Mi-6. This is a full Mi-6, and it gets drained pretty quickly with 2 squads of Gornos and an Igloo squad and an Mi-8. I actually restocked the Mi-8 rockets because I see a lot of infantry over here. My buddy over here made a pretty good push over here. Didn't really make too much out of it, but he holds ground over here now, so we could get a CV in there if we wanted to. Looks like we get bombed. It's a pretty good wraparound with that Mi-24 there. Ends up getting shot down. Try to get the Mi-8 over to help with the infantry. And then I move the BUs up. It is now +1 us still. We are 540 to 327. Big turnaround with that helicopter flank and smack I got in there. But there's always something I'm doing wrong here. I should have had more AA when I pushed up, or else the Apache thing wouldn't happen. I need recon on this right side, which I think that's why I'm putting the Mi-6 over here now. Needed tanks sooner. Maybe some more recon in the center here. The BUs did fucking work. They dropped a couple squads there. The MI6 is already empty over there. Nostalgia and BMP the Beast to move up. To the Islanders. Here comes the A-10 for the BUs that I'm moving back. A-10 ate a lot there. He gets out with 1 bar of health. Actually, no, he didn't even get out. Good. I didn't notice that in real time that he died. I remember playing and thinking, how the fuck did he get out of that? Big push on the left side here, which about now when I started realizing it is about in game time when I started realizing it, so I started putting some units over here. Another napalm strike into the town. And it's not like I didn't have AA, I just didn't use it. I didn't call it in. I needed better AA over here, and we wouldn't have had so many... There wasn't any point in the game when I was like, fuck, I really got hit bad by that bomber. So it didn't really seem necessary to me. I was waiting for it. It's almost like it... Well, it's not almost like it. It is like I need to get fucking destroyed by a bomber in order for me to bring in AA. That guy ends up leaving. But there was an exchange of GGs. Like, you can't see the chat right now, but everyone was pretty cool. He was pretty cool about it, especially the Chicky Chan guy. He was cool about it. He was GG and good game, shit like that. Alright, so of course when I was recording the list, I had my mic still muted, so I fucked up twice on this recording. But anyway, you can see the list here. I'm just going to talk a little bit over it on some stuff that I would have done differently in that game. Definitely with the AA, the flank and spank was very good. When I did do it, I think something I would have done differently, though, is I would have brought a little bit of infantry. That would have been good. That when I took that, I completely cleared it out. All they were worrying about when they saw the helicopters there was AA and another CV, I think. I think they bought another CV. So if I had dropped with those Mi-24s a couple of Reconnaissance or some GRU, or maybe if I had... if the Mi-24Ds, if I was worried about losing the GRU, if I swapped the GRU out, if I had unloaded the GRU somewhere else, and then maybe put just some Motostrelki in there with the Mi-24Ds, which you can totally do, that would have been pretty effective if I had been able to hold that push there. But I kind of figured, I must have been thinking that maybe that would have been a bit too much of a dick move or something like that. I don't know. I knew that something needed to change in order for us to win that game. So with that flank and spank, I would have brought some more reinforcements to actually hold the land that I did take there. Another thing was AA, obviously. I want to probably prioritize a little bit more on AA. It's not like I didn't have it. I had Bucks, I had Guskas, I had Tors, and I think I had some perks in there, some perk Iglas or something like that. Whatever the 50-point Igla vehicles are, I forget what they're called exactly. But yeah, I definitely would have grabbed some more of them, and I would have paid a little bit more attention to my planes. The bombing I did very good at the beginning, but then when things got hectic, I was pretty bad with the micro with some of my planes. I would have timed it a little bit differently and things like that. Also, another thing I probably would have changed is I'm probably going to lose the arty, like the HE arty, for probably a Bernardino. I'm probably going to grab a Bernardino instead of the HE arty because I didn't do too much with that, and I think the Bernardino would have been very effective for some of those situations where on the right side we were trying to get him out of that tree line, as well as in the center where there are a lot of trees there. They were getting CVs in there and whatnot. I thought that would have been more effective than that HE arty. But anyway, guys, other than that, those are just some of the things I would have fixed, and I also hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a nice day. See you guys.